Look at this. This is my fake sun making this light. Like that light is, it is 20 to 7, so it's still not light out. But my fake sun makes it look like it's really bright light outside. I opened the curtains because it was making it so bright. And I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. There was something I was just thinking about though, and I was just like, man, the way that people have misconceptions, which this is probably not going to go on today. I already went and somebody's messaging me. Somebody's actually coming over from that lives out here that I met on TikTok. It's another creator. I wouldn't, if it wasn't another creator, I wouldn't, because it's too chancy. You don't know if they have no presence on, but she's always on there talking. So anyway, she's going to come over today, but she just messaged me. But I'll get to that in a sec. But they're probably not going to let me post. I already tried to post the other videos I have, and they still say, no, we're in charge here. We will do what we want to do. And and I think it's also like the absurdity, because now it's gone over time of their own guidelines. They break their own rules. Like, and then just the fact to go back a fucking year or whatever the hell, it was a while back, and go back and then just suddenly pull a video out. Oh, we're striking you. It's like these bitches, man, I swear to God. But the thing I was just thinking about, so I was, there's lots of conversations with my kids this week, and there was a lot, I gotta say a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, especially about like, I even asked them, would you eat your neighbor for climate change? And some people were just like, well, I don't know, like, I was like, come on, you guys. Like, how far can they push you before you put on the brakes? It's like, Jesus Christ. So I was like, they said something about, that I was always changing. Every relationship, you're always changing. Well, God damn, I hope so. And, but I was always changing into someone else. Well, when we're out there trying to figure out who the fuck we are, that happens. And so they said that, yeah, remember when you liked country, you went country. I was like, went country. So anyways, I was just thinking about that this morning, because my last husband was a cowboy kind of guy. He wasn't, well, he did have a bunch of cowboy hats, but he didn't, I guess I've seen him wear them a couple times. But anyways, he was one of those guys, pickup driving. I mean, he even had these big blue balls at the back of his truck. I mean, when I was, we had balls on their truck. Oh God, I had some issues. That's all I can say. I was younger. It wasn't that young. It was not an excuse. But and no harm, no foul to guys who put balls on their trucks. That's you, but not all girls have to be all on truck balls. So anyways, he was country western, like that kind of music, he always played. And it was another relationship where my music wasn't accepted, like alternative, classic, new wave, like take that shit and go. It's so funny too, because I was just telling my daughter, really, really irritated me when David Bowie died. After that was in my genre of music, and the person who I was ridiculed by all the time for this same with Amy Winehouse, the garbage music. And then all of a sudden, they die, and they're classified as certain, like, oh, they're so, and all of a sudden it was like, oh wow, yeah, I really like them. Yeah, they're so anyways, go with the flow. Anyways, but I was thinking about it. It's so funny, because I do not like country music. I never liked country music, and I still don't like country music. The neighbor next door goes out and blares it on his thing, and it cringes me. I cannot stand it. Like, I like really old country music more, but I like the classic. But the new pop kind is irritating. I don't like pop music at all. Country pop, rock pop, techno pop, any of that kind of shit. I'm not into it. And, I say that, but I have a couple songs like on my thing that I would probably be considered poppy, but anyways, it wouldn't be something I would go in and listen to all the time, and I don't like country. And so when they said that, I was just thinking, whatever. But this morning I was thinking it is funny because it was the reason I was going to because I was going to the country bar way before I met him. I met him at the bar. I met so many guys at this bar. It was a huge, huge bar on Idaho-Washington border. And it was a country bar, but the dancing, that's why I went. It was for the dancing, but it was girlfriends who would pull me to go. Let's go dancing to Big Al's. And you got with the right partner. You were like swing dancing. They're throwing you up in the air. It was so fun. That was so fun to go dancing there. And I met some guys who like country music and went out with them, but that wasn't, all of a sudden I like country. And because I would tolerate someone else's music, it's not like you'd ever come to my house and I'd be jamming out on it. It's not like you get in my car and I'd be jamming out on it. And it's just funny because I was thinking how people there's assumptions. They don't go deeper into you. So when we're sitting here worrying about how other people view us, they don't go that deep into you. They don't know you at your core. They don't know your journey. They're just making judgments about you along theirs. And the judgments they make are the things that stick out to them because it's the things they need to notice in themselves. So when they're noticing something like that, they want to, pay attention if they're being like that, So it's not like, I don't know. I think there's so much judgment. There's so much of us trying to be something we're not and worrying about, like we're doing something wrong on our journey and stuff like that. Like, seriously, there should be, who cares? Go out with a goth guy, go out with a country guy, go out with a, I don't even know what to call him now, new age kind of guy or something, the guys who carry crystal necklaces and go barefoot and, want to sit out in a field with you. Go and try all different things out to find yourself. Don't just be stuck. Who knows? How do you know who you are unless you try out everything? Like there shouldn't be, oh, well, you were born this and you better stay this until you die. Like what are you here for? Because I'm here to grow. I'm here to expand. I'm here to experience. I'm not here to stay the same. So yeah, I'm not going to be stuck, and I'm not going to be held back by other people being stuck. These other people who want to hold themselves back, they want to restrict themselves. They can't imagine anything magical. They can't imagine anything, that everything is, I don't really understand. Like I thought that I was the same as everybody else. When I was growing up, I kept thinking, there was just something wrong with me. Like, I didn't see things the way other people saw them, that I did things like that were breaking the rules, that I lived by my own beat, I just did what I wanted to do. And, I was laughed at, shamed, called all sorts of things, I had no logic, I was crazy, like a lot of just negative stuff. And, and I didn't know that was other people holding themselves back, living by the rules, being restricted, not understanding people who didn't follow the same. And so, I had to go through all that stuff. And then just as, my life path was about a lot of hard things, hard lessons, and I had to keep bouncing back and to just keep knowing, hey, this is life. This is life. And, and there's so much healing. There's just, there's so much. But I just don't get how people see it so, like, to me, it's like so simply. Like, I don't get, like, you really, really honestly believe you're just born some sort of like an accident. You're making the best at things. You have control over when you die, and once you die, you cease to exist. It's like I can't understand the perspective. I can't understand how they come at life. It's different for me. I've always felt connected. I mean, I'm always, talking to the other side. They're always talking to me. And so I know it exists. I don't ever doubt it. I haven't doubted it. I've never doubted it since I was a kid. I was willing to go up against the church back then. And I didn't realize even then how significant, even though I was like really judged a lot, because it was really expected you had a religion back then. If you didn't have a religion, then, something's wrong with you. And, luckily when I started understanding more, I kind of grabbed on to that Eastern religion. Well, I'm believing reincarnation, so I'm going with this. And I didn't even know then, about, because Islamic, and there's other ones that, understand, that you're born over and over and over, and there's a reason, and there's cycles, and, there's purpose. And when you are living in different places, and it's to experience different places, different things. I started this movie yesterday, and I am sure it was one I have already seen. I don't think I'm going to finish it. But it was these gypsies. And it is something that I've always been super connected to is gypsies. And I know it's something inside of me, like I have a connection in my DNA. And even that psychic telling me, and I think it was a close life because I have those scars on my stomach, or birthmarks, from when she said I was stabbed in the stomach. And, but I was a criminal gypsy. But, I know not all gypsies are criminals. And it was something even in Spokane when gypsies were talked shit about all the time. It would bother me because I don't know. I know I have a strong connection to the gypsies, and I don't know, like, the whole heritage. I don't know all this stuff about them, but it was kind of like just this, I don't know, like, is it a vagrant kind of lifestyle or nomadic? But the thing with them is their connection to each other, their tribe. They're a tight knit group. And, and they did develop into, kind of circus workers. I don't know all of the stuff, but I know that they were treated super bad. They were treated super bad. Like, where people want to say, like, these groups are treated really bad. There's so many groups throughout history that have been treated so bad. And in this movie, it was just disgusting because they had, the gypsies had moved into this territory. And it was a lot of English, rich guys and Irish and stuff like that. The rich people. It's always been the rich people, the ones with the power. And, they come up with their wagons and stuff and set up, where they're going to start making their own place. They've got tents and everything set up. And they're creating their own village. Well, these people didn't, they said, this is our land. You can't have this land. And the other people said, no, this is our ancient land or something. The argument always with the land, like anybody can own land, you can't own the land. You can work an area and call it home, but you can't own something that's not yours. It's not for sale. So anyways, they go in and slaughter them. And for how many that were taken and used as slaves, like they were treated really, really horrible. And then how, they would talk to them and stuff like they were all just garbage, and this is, all different tribes. It's not just the Native Americans, there's other, like, if this is the Eastern European kind of tribe, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know all the history that goes back to the gypsies. I just, It's like I just have an inner knowing about some things, just like this person I'm connected to. I just have an inner knowing about, like, what they think and what they're doing. I've been right. Oh my God. Like, there's connections that we don't fully understand about ourselves, but that is what we're moving into. But when you hold yourself back, that holds you back. Like, how can you go into a room if you're scared to look in it? You have to be willing to go in the room and explore it. And so, people have to open their minds and explore, different connections, who you are, your connections to these other parts of yourself. Because all the parts, it is about compassion. It's not about, like, that I went and, who I was during that life or something. It was the actual living that life gave me compassion, gave me connection, where I look at, like, groups of people and it's like they're just misunderstood. That is what I see all around me all the time, is so many groups of people that are just misunderstood by one another. And and that is what is so important about the unity. And that is why they work so hard on keeping us divided. They'll just throw anything in there they can to just create some sort of division, because we get so comfortable with arguing. Like, we've all accepted toxic relationships are, part of our life, a part of our culture. We've accepted this fighting and division and toxic and tense and anxiety and stuff, instead of realizing it's a choice. You can choose to feel different. You can choose to be different. You can choose to do different. It's all by choice. But you have to get to a point of knowing what you deserve to make better choices. Otherwise, life's just happening to you. You're not making choices and you're taking advantage of being alive. Instead, you're just, there's a point to going with the flow, and then there's a point of just being washed down the stream by the, current. There is being active in your life. Like, I still see, like, I get these tarot readers things all the time. And it's so crazy how specific they can be to my own story. And they'll be, saying this stuff where it sounds like my guides are speaking right through them to, especially when I'm asking a question. I'm talking to them. This tarot person pops on and they start telling me the answers and stuff. And there's just such a consistent message that I've gotten for so long. And then when I go in the comments, because sometimes I'll go in the comments because I want to say something, and because something that the people will say, and they'll say, like, well, you should really start that social media and really start using your throat chakra. They really want you to start speaking out. Like, if you're not doing this already, they really want it. So I'll go, I've been doing this for over 2 years. And so in the comments, though, I'll see where people are still just like, oh, I'm claiming it. It's like, what in the hell is wrong with people? You can't just claim a life. You have to go out and live it. You have to go out and put your energy towards what you want. You don't just hear somebody else's stuff and then go, claimed. I stake a claim. I've claimed. What the hell? And what is your purpose? Like, you have your own purpose. You have your own path. That is what you're supposed to be going out and experiencing and learning and expanding and finding what direction you're supposed to go. Not just sitting around claiming because it sounds like, oh, well, that's about to turn good. I'm claiming that. You have to put work into something. Our society has just become so, like, and this artificial spirituality stuff with the manifesting, it isn't just, oh, well, I'm just claiming it. No, you have to do the work into something And you don't go and put your energy into something you're not guided to do. Like, your guides will tell you. Your guides will show you. And when you are confused, just start noticing how many times something doesn't work. You're trying to do something, it won't work because you're going the wrong way. You know, you're trying to go someone else's direction. It just is so like so many people. I mean, it sounds like you'd think, okay, well, maybe there's one or two. No, so many. And it became that became a thing when there started to be all these I don't know, I think it's kind of like off of witch TikTok and you know, the super spirits with their manifesting how to manifest $1,000 this week. I've got the thing, you know. And they do it all with like mantras, and you got to claim it. That's a big one. You got to go in, you got to claim it's mine. That's mine. So they go in and claim it. And so now you got all these people, and that's what I'm saying. These people are out there leading people wrong. Like, that is not how things go. You don't just go in and claim somebody's stuff. You don't just claim it. No, you go in, you know, meditate, follow. What do you desire? What is it your dreams are? What is it inside of you? There's something inside of you that's wanting to be birthed, that's wanting to come out and be set free. And so, you know, you have to sit with yourself and, you know, see, like, what am I and everybody's starting from a different point. You know, you got to figure out where you're starting from. You know, some people know their gifts, their skills and stuff like that, but they still are lacking direction. Things will start falling in place when you start following your dreams. And so, you know, instead of just claiming something, then, you know, for instance, like, you know, I've got these paintings here, so it's making me think of that. So when they're saying something, you know, you can be successful, and inside of you, you're all about like, oh man, I've always wanted to be an artist. I just really want to paint. And, you know, I don't know what to paint, you know. Then those kinds of things, sit with it. Start, you know, noticing, connecting. And then you start going in a direction, following your love, following your desires. And, you know, it is very different than if you see somebody else doing something and you think, oh, well, that's how you could become successful. It's not about that. It is success follows you when you're on the path towards that. It isn't claiming it. It is going towards it. It is believing in yourself. It's working working it as you go the path. It is following the this path. And you can't even say everybody has this path available, because there's so many people who also are here to experience lack. It's not just these meditation things. I swear, I need to find a different channel for this. Like, YouTube has started, I mean, taking my videos down, but also all the meditation stuff and the sleeping ones, they interrupt it with commercials. What? Meditating and suddenly there's a commercial. And the sleeping one, that one really gets me, because then it's like subliminal messaging. Are they putting subliminal messaging with their stupid commercials in at night? So I probably am going to have to pay if I want to stay on YouTube, since I'm doing my channel on here. I should be supportive of it. It's just so hard because you don't know what direction anything's going to go, and I don't want to be supporting something that is censoring me. So I haven't, you know, gone and done the commercial free or whatever. Plus, they play these games to try and push you into doing something, and that pisses me off. Corporate manipulation. And these people, they're just also, there is a lot going on, though. I'm not going to talk too much about all this stuff because, I don't know, I don't know. It just is going to keep becoming like redundant. It's just, I mean, this is the end of what was. It's ending. And we got to start something new. And But California, the floods are destroying the farm stuff, and they bring a lot of our agricultures from there. So it's more of, what has been going on this whole time. Plus, there's going to be more problems. I mean, there's going to be more problems in the West Coast than just that. I mean, the whole place is going to be gone soon. So, and all these big barges or whatever in the Ohio River again now with the methanol or methane or something. I don't know what the hell, some other poison, because it's layering poison with poison with poison, because they are doing there is no accident, especially because like they could call a big old halt. Like, oh, we've already got this chemical. We haven't even got this cleaned up. We got them over here, over here, over here. I mean, they're everywhere. They keep piling more on purpose. And then people keep being like, I can't believe it. Another one. It's like they're doing it on purpose. They are actively trying to kill us. And, but I did see, so Nazar is supposed to start this weekend. It's already in motion, I guess. And so there's a whole thing about that is, I mean, it's more stuff. I keep seeing more stuff, even though I know I said this the other day. But I keep seeing more stuff. And so from what people are saying, it's supposed to be something is going to be, like we may get a new warning, or, like we're about to be nuked, and there's going to be sirens or something, and everything is going to go off. And then we're going to get the constant videos of all of the truth. I think there's going to be confessions. I think there may be some, I don't know, maybe some of the outcomes may be shown. I'm not sure how much is going to go into it. That's stuff I had been hearing for so long. So, and then, but the quantum thing has already started. The judge has already said we don't owe any mortgages anymore. We don't owe any credit cards anymore. We don't owe any of that stuff anymore. And he said you can go on his website. I don't know if he's saying about signing up or whatever, but he said you can arrest anybody, civilian arrest or something like that, of anybody who does try and take money from you like that, because it's against their law or something. They're committing a crime. So when your credit cards are trying to call you and harass you, they're committing a crime. If your mortgage company is they're committing a crime. So I don't know. We should see a cease and desist probably with some of the mail stuff. I don't know. So there's a lot playing out this weekend. Could be, I think it has a big thing to do with this new year. And I think that there is some dates that are important to them. They keep on, I can't believe how many 33. Everything is 33. Right now there's an asteroid coming that's 33, the size of 33 armadillos. Like all this stuff. That thing that just happened, there was 3 kids, were all 9 years old. The adults were all 60 and 61. And all of these numbers, like people who are into the numbers are going through and adding. There's so much ritual involved in all of this stuff that is happening. So anyways, there's going to be, some more stuff that is going to go on. And today is Thursday. Today, supposedly, I was going to be able to post, but I don't know. I'll try and post this, but I don't know if it's going to go through. But, and then tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow is supposed to be, I think Wall Street will crash, and we're going to get, there's supposed to be, okay, that's Sunday night. Yeah, there's supposed to be some announcement. Sunday at some point, they're going to say everybody has 5 hours to get home. You need to get home immediately. And then we're going to be locked down. And then there's going to be some sort of a nuclear threat or something. So I don't know. We'll see. But, we are at the point of change. And there is going to be some drama that is going to just like freaking smack people's heads turned the other direction. This would be, the turning the other direction. This would be seeing the truth. This would be everything coming out at once with a big old, smack dab. It's going to be boom. So anyways, and that's going to be when you're going to see people are going to freak. So, and they're going to be freaked out because I swear, the people, it is mind boggling how many people who think they're awake because they've noticed something. They've noticed how corrupt the government is, so they're fucking fully awake. No, you're not. You're not. So frustrating. As you see these people out there, oh, Nassar, you better not go. Because they're going to, send us emails and stuff and tell us when to come down the center. I guess there's already on all of our quantum systems, there's already money being put on. And the only way you can get money, you have to work. You can't quit your job. Otherwise, your money will stop. And I think that is going to be temporary. That is going to be like while we restructure. Because everything would just close down. Like, I mean, we're barely holding on as it is. And people don't know how dependent we are on each other. And so that is going to be a part of it. Supposedly, you can't quit your job until, things will happen naturally. But thank God if we're going to start going on the money thing. So we have an account already, and it's already being loaded. They're right in the process of taking money from a bunch of people who have gotten in trouble, and that money is going to be redistributed too. So there's going to be like more money going on and stuff. But I didn't think that we were going to just automatically have this big wad of cash. So I thought it would all, we'll see. I know it's going to be a lot of land and all that stuff is going to be going. And that's when we're going to start developing these other cities. We're going to have so much with the medical. So much is going to go so fast. But when you see these people who think that they're following the guy, they're so awake and stuff. And they're like, don't go to the resolution centers. That's the mark of the beast. Don't go. Nassara's the mark of the beast. Run the other way. It's like, people, please do some fucking research. God. Oh my Lord, it is frustrating. I get, that people don't understand the spiritual depth of what's happening on the planet. But, you gotta see, you gotta look into things. Like this Nassara thing has been trying to go in, and it goes with the cycles. It's the Jubilee, like, people just there is such a point in their fear, and they don't understand their fear is what's holding them back. Fear is what will hold you back. You gotta try some things, and see. Like, I'm not going to go and try a 15-minute city, but I've gone in and looked and watched their own promotion, their promotional stuff about it. Shows me that's not the place for me. And knowing all the background to all the stuff and everything. And, and I'll just say one more thing. Even in the guideline thing that took me down on him, I said, because I said something that the WHO said, it's me against them. If they say it, then that's gospel. And if I say something that doesn't agree with them, then they're right and I'm wrong. And so that's why. That's what they said in my thing. Because they said due to the fact that W. Angel said this and I didn't agree, then, take it down. You do it again, you're in big trouble. Fuck off. God, I can't wait I can't wait. Just some of these people to even see them. Some of these people are going to see their court and stuff. Like, these people who think that is no big deal, they've been going against our human rights. Like, they can't do the things they've been doing. And, the First Amendment, it may not even, it may be part of the beast system, part of their laws and their rules and stuff. But, they're breaking the rules. However this is going to go, there's going to be a lot of rules that they have broken that they're going to be punished for. And, it's going to all fit in together. I mean, I know why this has been drug out to pull, is like the net to really get everybody who has any kind of, it's all going to be the crime against the human. It's going to be all of them. There's going to be, you went against the First Amendment, somehow it's going to be associated with this other thing that's going to loop them in to this thing. And so it's going to be all these strange connections are going to pull all these, a lot of words are coming to my mind, and some of them I can't say. But, the people who think that they're running this world, they're going to all, their connections is all going to be, bring them down. It's going to be it's going to take them all down. But, it's a lot to have to go and show and stuff. And you got to remember, I mean, it is so true. Like, you cannot tell people. You have to let people see it for themselves. They have to learn it. You can't just tell somebody, and that's what we're going through. And so that is what, there's going to be a whole thing, and processing and understanding and questioning. Like, this is going to be rough times, like, man. But, they all have to see for themselves, and it's going to be a rough watch. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try and post this. If this works, and I feel like all of these videos have just been kind of strange. I feel really off about so many things. Like, I don't know. I'm becoming less attached to this place. It feels physical. It feels like physical. And my house is so fucking full. Oh my God, it is so full. Like, last night, I was getting really irritated. It's like, I can't walk around without this just constant. And it is so clear. It is like you're constantly really seeing people that you're bumping into. It isn't just like, a vague shadow. No, I'm seeing, like, it is a constant bumping in and things running through, and it's like, oh my God, this is so much. And so last night when I lay down, I pulled into my soul, and I fucking let out. I pushed energetically out so much, like, everybody get the fuck out of here. And the only ones that can be in here, like, I know that there's lots of watchers and observers and stuff. Like, I don't understand, like, how there is so many here sometimes. And it's, I don't know. I know that there is a portal. I know that the energy is changing. I don't know if I'm, like, merged with another reality. I don't know if I'm, like, in the middle of a city somewhere else that's very active. You know what I mean? And somehow the energies are merging or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I still had to push out from any energy that is trying to come in and interfere. Because it is nonstop. I mean, it is crazy. I'll try and pick something up that's knocked out of my hand. I got so many injuries yesterday. It was insane. And so I was just like, I was just getting so frustrated. I wasn't, feeding the energy. But I was like, oh my God, this is some fucking nonsense over and over. And so then finally, when I was going to go to bed and lay down and I was just wanting to relax, I was just like belted it out. Like, get the fuck out of here, leave me alone. And I know that some of them are back, but like I said, I don't know if I'm in the middle of some sort of active village somewhere, which more shit, with the pair, all these words you can't say. Like, there's so much stuff going on, though. Like, anybody who says nothing's going on is because they're not paying attention. Like, everything is blowing up. Everything's about to change. Everything. And, I don't know. All of a sudden, maybe we'll just be able to sit and have tea with some of these beings that are walking around us everywhere. How many of them are watching us and how many of them are just living their lives? I don't know. So, anyways, I will try and post this. I'll try and get my head more in the game or something. I did do some TikToks yesterday, was the first day, but when they're really focused on me, it's like, man, they're gonna take down my shit. And I mean, they've already taken away all my videos. I have no backup stuff of all my videos and stuff. It's just is like, man, it's very intimidating when someone else has control over your stuff. But it's totally out of my hands, and I gotta let go of stuff. So that's my role, is to just keep letting go. Letting go. Don't hold on to things that, if it's taken away, if it's gone, it's supposed to be. That's everything that happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen. So there's no reason to stress or try and control it. And that is something that has been shown to me over and over and over and over and over. And I just can't. It's going to be really, I'm going to have a lot of new conversations. I'll say I'm going to have a lot of new conversations once this certain thing happens. That then once some of the things happen that they've been showing me and telling me, I'll have a lot more stuff to talk about, and I'll be able to talk so much more openly about some of the stuff. And I think that is going to be really helpful on some of the things, like of the misconceptions about, destiny, about manifesting, about some of the stuff that I talk about. But it's going to make a lot more sense when there's a beginning and then a middle and an ending. Because right now we just have the beginning and the middle, and without the ending, it has no relevance. So anyways, I think it'll be soon, and we'll have some better conversations. And, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not supposed to be talking right now. So that's why I've just kind of been, just doing my thing, doing my own thing, and not pushing where they're putting up a roadblock. I'm just like stepping back. So yesterday I did do some posts because I got some comments where people were like, I wish you would post something. I wish you would say something. When are you going to say something? And, I'm sure that there's a lot going on. And I probably don't even know all the stuff going on because I haven't been going on social media very much. So, but, I probably will do some TikToks today too. And then this person's coming over. It's kind of exciting. But I don't know. I think also when I get around people, I talk so much. And I talk so much all this week. I have no idea what I've said. I have no idea what my conversations are. I can't even remember them. It's just a big old blob. So some of the things, even when I'm like, did I already talk about this? Like, what did I even talk about? Like, I have no idea what I've talked about in my other videos. I just know I keep feeling this weird kind of like, I don't know, weird feeling. So anyways, we'll see. I mean, if everything goes down, I may not be able to post anything until everything goes down. I may be gone for a while. I don't know. So we'll see. I'll try and post this and we'll see what happens. I'll talk to you later. Bye.